All right, good week of preparation. I've been pleased with the guys' efforts all week. We've been pretty consistent. Today was a mental day, but everybody seems locked in and ready to go play. So we're excited about the opportunity to go play a very good team in a hostile environment. And again, I think the guys have been up for the challenge. They've had a good preparation, and we'll see how it goes between now and the time we get on the plane.
How big is it for those young guys to actually have film to show them now they're out there playing?
Yeah, it's very important. Game reps, there's no replacing those. So you need some game reps, just the speed of the game, and they constantly see reps from our offense. So there's something different, somebody that they're going against different. So that experience is hard to replace.
Playing again in red still, or is he?
Yeah, he looks very doubtful. Yeah, looks doubtful.
Mark, on the correctable errors with the freshmen, the guys, have they responded to that this week?
They've been fine. Yeah, they've been good. That's some of it's to be expected, but there's still very little tolerance for it, right? We got to get it fixed in a hurry. We're counting on these guys, so they've got to get it right.
When they snapped it, I think they snapped it to 5 different offensive players last game. How do you sort of prepare for that? Do you not worry about the player they snap to?
Yeah, it really doesn't matter to us who they snap to outside of the quarterback. So obviously it's something different when it's not their quarterback. And so we've made preparations for that. And, I think you see a lot of things, that we've done in the past, maybe to them last year, at least a form of it, with the way they're motioning them out. It's always different, whether they motion the quarterback out or shift them out or line them up out. And that was the same what we did a year ago. And, through all the years, those were some of the things that I know that have hurt me, and so those are the things I talked about a year ago to Neil and talked about with Shannon, things that have been difficult for us that take a lot of work and a lot of preparation. So that's kind of how it went in for us a year ago. And they're doing some of those things and some different things. Just, offenses are doing a lot of creative things these days, so you got to be ready for all of it.
What sort of challenges is there just taking those young guys on the road for the first time and getting them acclimated to that process?
Throw them into the fire. So, that's all you could do. I mean, we prepare them as best we can, but, all we talk about is habits. If you're creating winning habits, if, under pressure, your habits are going to come right to the surface. So that's all we can do is talk about it and doing the right thing and focusing on your job. But as much as we talk about that, their eyes wander from time to time, and that's where the experience is important.
You mentioned on your radio show that Jordan Jones had a sprained knee out of that game. Is there any other significant injuries? Or is it
No, he's been fine. He's been 100% all week. So he's been good.
Your young guys responded well in that first trip last year.
Mm-hmm.
You sense some of the same characteristics?
I hope so. The things we talked about a year ago was embrace it. It's a great environment. The place is going to be rocking, but embrace it and run to the roar and have fun with it. As long as we're focused on our task at hand and our job, then it's going to be a fun environment and a great experience for them.
How's Patrick practice this week?
Patrick's been good. He's been good and he's been consistent. So excited to get out there and give us another opportunity.
And some of your young sophomores have the freshman, true freshman come play on the road.
I hope so. We'll see.
Some of those perform well, like Garrett and Ryan.
Yeah.
Last year on the fire.
Yeah, I hope so.
Florida.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they get with them and talk to them a little bit. And, I think it's, we need all that. And you've heard me talk a lot since I've been here about building leadership and counting on leaders and all that. But, lately we've been focusing on having each individual make sure they're taking care of themselves. You shouldn't need a leader to spark you and to get you ready to go, So I've challenged them all to be ready to go and be self-motivated and make a difference and be locked in on their job.
You and Shannon both talked last week about not knowing what Lafayette was going to do defensively because of the new guys. How much of a difference does it make just game planning this week, knowing a little bit more?
It helps, but I think everybody has more wrinkles. You go into the first game, you zero in on what you want to do, both sides of the ball. I think as you move on, you're constantly going to see new wrinkles. But it definitely helps just to get the base. I don't think anybody's going to completely change their philosophy. but you're going to get new wrinkles all the time.
This is the first time returning to a place, your second time as
Yeah.
South Carolina head coach. How much more comfortable are you, going to that place?
Yeah, I like that, that I've already been there and experienced it. And like I said earlier in the week, I was really impressed the first time there. I was really didn't know what to expect, and it was quite an environment and a great place to play, great venue. So we look forward to going back.
You mentioned the other day how good CJ was blocking in that first game. How rare is that for a skill position guy to have that focus as a freshman?
Yeah, it is rare, but I think, as we've mentioned, the one thing that I did like was our effort across the board from our receivers, and of course CJ's primary because he's a tight end. He's primary, at the point of attack and all that, and made some key blocks. But all of our guys, with the receivers down the field and running backs when they didn't have the ball and all those things. So, but CJ did a good job. It was nice to see him. It be so important to him and do his job, and he is very mature for a freshman. It helps. It helps with our depth. It helps with certain things we do, certain packages. It gives us somebody a little bit more athletic, a little quicker inside, so it definitely helps.
DJ was saying he thought Courtney Miggins played pretty well the other.
Yeah.
How much can he give you too as well?
Yeah, I think we need to continue to bring him along. With him and CJ inside, again, it gives us some athletic guys and maybe some pressure in longer yardage situations, certain down and distance. But I like what he's doing, and I think he's going to continue to progress.
Everybody good?
Thanks, Mark.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.